Welcome back to another suggestion review video, and today we're taking a look at a binding vow concept that actually seems like it could be pretty good for the game. The effects of this suggestion are small, but because of that, it doesn't feel that out of place, and it lets people have a little bit of customization of their abilities, which could be fun. Before we look at the suggestion though, make sure to subscribe for more informational JJS content. Now, let's start reviewing. The creator of the suggestion is Kami on Discord, and our idea for the game is to add binding vows, which act as small buffs that activate on kills. Binding vows will be available in public servers to make the game more interesting, and you're limited to only having one at a time. They're also able to stack their effects if you're able to get a kill before the previous buff has ended, something I can see being very goofy in private servers paired with 1 HP dummies. As for the binding vow effects themselves, there's 6 in total. The first is called Bloodthirsty, making it so that when you get a kill, you heal 25% of your HP. As a whole, this would act like a deep look and health pack, making it a lot easier to boss raid multiple groups of people, since if you're able to get one kill, then you can heal back any HP you lost and keep on going. Though usually it's a baseline thing in Battleground games and not a special mechanic. That isn't a negative though, and overall, I love the idea of this binding vow. After that is Cursed Fist, which makes it so that upon killing another player, your M1s deal 25% more damage for 15 seconds. In public servers, I don't necessarily see this being too big of a deal, but a 25% damage boost to your M1s will definitely make your combo stronger, especially when paired with the dash attack that lets you reset your M1s for free. It'd probably also be good for boss raiding, but unlike Bloodthirsty, it focuses more on offense than sustaining the user, and it'd probably end up being used by sweats who want to rush people down and farm as many kills as possible in the time they've got. In private servers, people will definitely use a one-shot dummies to get a 1000% damage boost on M1s or something, and one-punch stuff around them, which sounds like it could be pretty funny. Early Awakening comes next, making it so that when you get a kill, you get 10% of your Awakening bar filled. This one is pretty simple and straightforward. If you like using mode, this helps you spam it a little bit more. It also probably synergizes very well with Akari, or any mode that gets kills again and again, because since these binding vows work in mode, you can use them to keep your Awakening going and refill your bar again and again. It'd probably be bad on Megami though, because Mahoraga doesn't really need a 10% mode boost on kill, since he already gets like 20% from a single M1. It's a little dependent on the character, but this is another binding vow that could help out a lot. Next is Skill Enhancement, which makes your next skill do 2 times damage after a kill. This one sounds like it'd be pretty pointless in base modes, which usually don't have any high damaging skills. Honestly speaking, it's like an inferior Cursed Fist in that regard. However, in Awakenings with high damaging skills, it absolutely could have a purpose. Hollow Purple and Bowfold Slashes become a one-shot, Lapse Boot almost one-shots, and so much other stuff could happen with the Binding Vow in Awakenings. It wouldn't see as much use as the others though, because of how it only really benefits Awakenings. Though again, in private servers with one-shot dummies, you can make any mundane move one-shot by giving it a 20 times damage multiplier with 10 kills on the one-shot dummies. After that is Skill Refresh, which, like Enhancement, doesn't benefit base movesets that much, but could really benefit Awakenings and let Gojo users spam Lapse Boot maximums, or Mahoragas spam World Slashes with it. It's another Awakening dependent one that sounds like a lot of fun in private surfers, but also wouldn't see that much use compared to others, because it only gets value when using Awakening. Finally, there's Cursed Speed, which makes it so that on kill, you get a movement speed boost. This would be incredibly good because movement speed boosts in fighting games are just generally really strong. It makes it easier for you to chase after people and play offensively, or run away and play defensively, and it's difficult to avoid or tag someone who has a movement speed boost. This is probably the one that I'd end up using if this suggestion is real, because it sounds just generally really good. You could probably also turn to the Flash by proccing this on 21 HP dummies or something as well. It's fun. So, with that, the suggestion review is over. The suggestion as a whole is one of the few that I think could implement an entirely new mechanic into the game without absolutely screwing things up. It's a pretty cool idea, and I feel it could actually make some interactions in public servers a little bit more interesting, and lead to some incredibly hilarious shenanigans in private servers. Overall, this is a suggestion I really enjoyed reading, and kudos to Kami for making this. Now that we're at the end of the video, please take the time to subscribe if you haven't already, since it really helps out the channel. I'm New Eternally, thanks for watching, and have a good day. Bye.